Hello guys, welcome back again. This is the part 2 of the WebSocket chat application that we're using .NET Core. From this part, obviously, we just continue from where we left off the last time. So we can just get going. So we're inside the socket handler class. So we're just gonna right after the send message, we add another overload. So it's a public async task, and this will be send message. So inside here we're gonna have a string ID and a string which will be the message. So here we will await send message. So we can pass it, we're gonna say connections get socket by ID. So we pass the ID and our message. So the next part is we add one more method, and this will be async task, and you say this will be send message to all. So obviously this will be the message, and then we could say it's for each variable count for the connection in connections dot get all connections. So we could await send so here we can say is con dot one second. So here it's like okay, it's like it's a con dot value and then the message. So as you can see, it's pretty simple stuff. So next bit, of course, is we add one last signature, and it's a public abstract, and it's task. And this one we say we're just gonna call it receive, and it will take a WebSocket and WebSocket receive resource, and this will be the resource, and we have the buffer, so byte array. This will be our buffer. So that's what we have for here on this class. So we move on to writing our next bit, which will be so after this bit here, we will create another class um, inside the same folder. So we're gonna add it here. So so we're gonna add a new class, and we call it it's a public static class, and we call it sockets extensions. Okay, so here this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna add the first method, and it's a public static it returns iService collection. It returns an iService collection, and we call it add WebSocket manager. And then in here it will be this iService. So it will be services. So inside here we have a services dot add transient, and this will be our connection manager. So the next bit is for each we look through the assembly and variable. We grab the types. Type in assembly. Assembly dot get entry assembly dot exported types. So here you say if the type dot get type info dot base type is the same as type of socket handler. If that's the case, then we add services dot add singleton. We add it. Add the type. Add singleton. Okay, so that's it for here. So we move on to the next bit here. So here, this will we just return the services. So here, but what we do is we move the socket extension to socket extension.cs. So we create one more method. Inside this class, and one more method. And it's a public static application builder. So we're going to call it map sockets, and this application builder app, and then the path string. this will be path, and then our socket handler, and this will be socket. So here I'm just going to change this one to path. Okay, so this is what we do. We're going to return app.map, pass in our path, and it takes this parameter. Then we can say x dot use middleware. So we're gonna create a new type, middleware, socket middleware. So we're gonna create one. Move. Okay, so inside here we can pass our handler. Sockets. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty simple. So we come inside the middleware, and we move it to socket middleware .cs, and here we continue to work on it in here. The first bit that we would do is we're gonna add some fields, and it's a read only. And this is a request. Request delegate. So we're just gonna call it nest, and private socket handler handler we make it a get setter, and then we put them inside a constructor. Initialize this as well in a constructor. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. So the next bit, of course, is we're going to add a couple of methods. So here, our first method is a public async task, and we're going to call it invoke async, and it will take HTTP contest. So we resolved this. Okay, so in here we're gonna first check if contest dot WebSockets dot so we're gonna get the negation of this bit here, and we're just gonna return nothing. And then the next bit, of course, is we start a new variable, a socket is equal to await contest dot WebSockets dot accept async. So we can await, receive. So we can receive is a method that we're going to create right now. So in here we're going to put a WebSocket. WebSocket. And that's a WebSocket. And then pass some action. Take WebSocket receive results and a byte array. And so this will be message to handle. So in here we're going to create the method, this method receive so this method, the first bit of course will be WebSocket. The next bit is an action. That takes WebSocket receive results byte array. And this will be message handler. So as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna make some corrections here, but what I'm gonna do is just continue from the next part of this tutorial. So if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do, and catch up on the next video. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.